Hi, I'm Terry Moten.
And I'm Misty Kuchka.
And we are
Empowered Women Rock.
Well, what we want to do to come to you today is, first, we have a new little format that we're going to do where Misty and I, each time we come on, we're going to give you a fun fact or interesting fact or little known fact about ourselves. So I just actually told Misty my little fun fact about myself.
I know it was really funny, but go ahead.
And she had that reaction. So the little known fact about me, and a few people know it, my family knows this, but I am deathly afraid of cows. That is COWS, cows. I am deathly afraid of cows. So for those of you who know me, who live in this area, who live in the crossroads, and who knew where I grew up in a little small, I don't even call it a town, it's like a village called Fannin. That's in between Victoria and Goliad, literally like a little village. My grandparents had a big old pasture, hundreds of acres, and of course my grandpa would take me out, and my dad would take me out to feed cows with him. When I was little, it was all cool, but where I got my cow phobia, I don't know. I know that has probably some kind of Latin term, something phobia, whatever cow would be, but
somebody can find out what the fear of
cows
is. I have no clue.
What's the cow phobia?
You're the first person who's ever told me they're afraid of cows.
But,
oh my goodness!
But long story short, we had a cow named Meanie, and it was named Meanie for a reason. I mean, the cow wasn't mean. It was a mean old grumpy cow. And one day my cousin and I, we were out in front of the cow and we were making fun of the cow. We were, scratching our foot at it, and we were
I bet the cow took that really well.
Oh yeah, that's why. We were mooing at it, and the cow took off, coming towards us. Mind you, there was a fence there, and everybody tells me, oh, cows can't jump fences. I don't believe that. The cow didn't jump the fence.
Jumped over the moon. It can jump over a fence.
You would think it would jump over a fence. But since that day, I was deathly afraid of cows. Even when my grandpa and my grandpa had passed by that time, but when my dad would take me out to feed cows with him, I would get out, he had the bales of hay out, and I'd throw a few little bales, and then I'm looking down to see when the cows were coming, and once the cows got into eye view, it's like 2 football fields away, but once I saw them, I'm not only in the truck, I'm on the floorboard, head down. I didn't even want to see the cows passing by the window, so little known fun fact, interesting fact about me is that I'm afraid of cows. So if I'm ever kidnapped, and that's the way they're going to get all the U.S. secrets out of me is parade a cow in front of me. I'm giving up everything.
You probably shouldn't tell people what you're deathly afraid of. I ain't telling nobody on here because I got people who probably don't like me, so I'm not going to tell people what I'm scared of. But Terry knows this about me, and Ingrid Sparkman knows this about me because she also shares my insanity on this, but I am obsessed with serial killers. I love them so much, and I know it's awful. I'm not cool with what they did, but
how's that even?
I have no idea. The only thing I can think of is when I was in college, they had a course there at the time. It was just like a fun course that you could take. And
serial killers?
It was like the psychology of a serial killer. And I was like, oh.
Interesting.
Oh. But I think what I love about it is is that very few of them are born psychopaths, which means they're just born with no conscience, no conscience, no regard for human life. Very few of them are that. Most of them are sociopaths, which means something in their life made them that way. So that's probably what fascinates me is trying to figure out what happens in a person's life that's a breaking point that makes them literally just go off the edge, that they feel like killing people is their thing. But yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. I'm watching The Fall right now.
Okay.
So that's it's an Irish. It's got American actors in it.
Okay.
A few.
Okay.
But most the guy now. I just want to make a disclaimer because I've never seen these shows, but I just know it's him. The guy who plays in those 50 Shades of Grey movies.
I know who you are.
Jamie Duran.
Okay.
Okay, I only know him because, he's on talk
The
shows and
preview,
stuff. Okay. I've never seen it. I don't want to give
I saw the
anybody
first one and that was enough for me. Okay.
Ooh, Terry. No, I'm just kidding. No judging. If you watch it, you watch it. I don't give my husband no ideas. So, no.
Amen.
I have no desire to be, whipped and chained. And that's probably more than y'all wanted to know. But anyway, it's him. It's him and the girl from Gillian Anderson from the X-Files.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool.
He's a serial killer. Loved some Dexter. I think I've seen Dexter, all the seasons probably, 2 or 3 times. I know it's weird. I'm just, watched a movie on Jeffrey Dahmer, 2 days ago. So, yeah. I've got something wrong with me. But anyway... So there's our 2 fun facts about Terry and I. She's afraid of cows, and got some sort of weird love for serial killers.
There you go. Who'd have thought? So what we are going to talk about today, we just really want to kind of circle back and give you the unplugged version of how Empowered Women rock. See, we've got such wonderful cups here.
Shout out to Angela.
Thank you, Angela. But want to just kind of give you the inside scoop on how Empowered Women Rock came to be, and just kind of what we envision it in being, what it stands for. And of course, as always, we want to get feedback from you. What is it that you need as women? Because we are here solely to make sure that you can be empowered, you can be inspired, you can be encouraged, and you can be supported. So as it goes, about 2 years ago, I was sitting around and God kept dropping into my spirit. I kept hearing over and over, Empowered Women Rock. Empowered Women Rock. I just kept hearing that phrase kind of over and over again. Didn't know what I was supposed to do with it, but I knew, God would kind of open up that, down the line later. So I told David, I told my husband, I said, get the domain name. Go buy the domain name, Empowered Women Rock, so we can go ahead and have that saved for a website when God kind of reveals whatever it's supposed to be. So we got the domain name, sat on it for about a year, and all of a sudden, I kept seeing a number of women. I'm involved, as well as Misty, in a number of business organizations here. And I kept seeing women who were going through multiple things. One, when it came to being business owners, kept seeing women that, would start businesses, didn't really have the resources that they needed, didn't know who to ask. And before we knew it, they were out of business. Saw women who wanted to open businesses, didn't know what to do. Just saw women in various capacities wanting to do things and having a struggle. Whether it was struggle with career, struggle with raising kids, kind of, you just name it. And I don't even know how I roped Misty into it, but she's my ride or die chick. And so, I kind of started talking to Misty about, this idea of how do we really help women? The phrase you will hear me use all the time is women don't seem to play well, what I call in the same sandbox. A lot of times women can be, the term we hear a lot is, and it might be catty, again, unsupportive. And we just wanted to be able to teach women how to be supportive. And Misty actually, where she kind of brought in an idea that we are working on as well. And I'll let Misty kind of tell the story of, how we went to an event at UT and how we kind of changed some of the things that we're looking at focusing on, and why we're looking at focusing on a younger generation as well. So,
okay, so Terry and I are part of what's called the Campus Partners for the University Leadership at the University of Texas in Austin.
Okay.
No, but my daughter goes there, so, and Terry graduated from there, so, I just have to accept the whole hook'em thing. I'm just gonna, I'll accept it. But anyway, she needs to stop that. Hey, that's a cow, right?
That's all right.
Bevo's a cow, Terry.
But Bevo's not coming after me, so.
He's not. So anyway, Terry and I went to one of our little things with the Campus Partners, and that particular one was on networking. So we were with these young college students, and we were kind of just talking to them about like how they network, how they go to look for jobs, you know, kind of what to do. And it was crazy because Terry had the same experience I did, where a lot of the students just kind of started talking to us about like what do we do, and everything just kind of was like a little mastermind roundtable is what it kind of ended up being. And these young men and women are so hungry, this next generation, to learn something new, and they're all about networking. So we got in the car, we're driving home, and we kind of started talking, and I was like, I really kind of like the way that is. Maybe we should look at that for our empowered women. And she's like, oh my gosh, I was thinking the same thing. And so that's kind of the direction that we're wanting to take empowered women. I mean, we want to do the show. We want to have conferences. We want to be able to support when other women have something. We do have someone who contacted us early on in what we were doing, and she told us what her passion was and what she wanted to do, and she's wanting a place for an event, so we're trying to help her with that. Anything we can do. So we really want to, at some point, hopefully soon, is focus on young women and kind of catching them early on, because I think that we established that women are naturally competitive.
Right.
And so it's really hard to build, another girl up. Then she starts dating your boyfriend, and it's a big old mess, and we're not friends no more. And, all that girl drama. I'm so glad that my daughters are grown. Terry's is not. So I get to hear girl drama all the time. But it's a matter of trying to figure out with these young ladies on how to show them that they will get much further in life if they are encouraging and uplifting to their coworkers, to the women around them. Because I've learned the hard way, and I mean, I spent a lot of time being ugly and catty and judgmental, and that was my first 40 years, so I'm trying to correct it in my next 40 years, and just make sure that I'm not making those same mistakes. But it's like, the old saying, you can't teach a dog new tricks. I don't believe that that's true. I think that anybody can change. It's just how much they want to change. But I feel like if we get the girls younger, that we can kind of stop those, what am I trying to say? Those behaviors.
And stop the cycle.
Yeah, stop the cycle. Like you're saying, she read my mind. Stop the cycle. That's on my mind. But, stop the cycle. So it's just us, just having this passion for women. I mean, Terry has you have your consulting business, which she's the reason that I went into business for myself. There's days where I'm very grateful to her. There's other days I want to hunt her down. And I'm like, text her, like, hey, where you at? She doesn't know that I want to run her over because I'm just kidding. That's not true.
That's what friends are for.
But no, I mean, there's a lot of times, you do have to talk. I do have to call you. I'm like, why did I do this? But I mean, there's ups, there's downs. But at the end of the day, and I tell this to my business partner all the time, her and I are in this together. And I tell her, if it doesn't work, at least we got to try it. And we didn't, there was no regret.
Exactly.
And I have found that there is just a vast number of women out there who really just do want support. They really do, and Terry's phenomenal at that. So,
and so that's what we want to do. Again, we are here to be supportive, to be encouraging, in whatever capacity that looks like. So sometimes women may just need to hear an uplifting and encouraging word. They just need a cheerleader that, hey, you can get through it. That's what we can do. A lot of times you need resources, and I've said many, many, many times, and those who know me know that, I really call myself a curator of resources. So literally, I don't care what it is, whatever you need.
You are the resource queen.
Whatever you need.
She is.
Let me know, and I can get you that resource directly, or it may be just a matter of making a few phone calls and be able to get you in touch with whatever resource or access to whatever resource you need. We just want to be here to help, again, on one hand, women who want to do better,
Right.
women who want to do more. Again, women who want to grow and develop, whether it's their career, whether it's a business, whether it's, homesteading, what have you. And we also have a true commitment to helping that younger generation.
We do.
To really being, again, kind of breaking that, helping again to break that cycle, so mean girls don't turn into mean women. And I am
And they do.
absolutely.
They do, because I was one of those. So they do. And I mean, I went from high school being mean to college being snotty to the workforce being, I was very like, oh, hey, Terry. And then when Terry left, we were like, oh my gosh, do you know what Terry was doing? Yeah, I mean, I was like that. I mean, I'm not anybody who, I've lived in this town my entire life. And I've realized that the best thing for me to do at this point is to not try to pretend like I'm somebody else.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm a pretty brutally honest person anyway. And
Transparent.
Extremely unfiltered for those, who know me. So, I mean, I feel like there's no reason to try to be like, oh, I got saved and I was changed. No, I was just a bad Christian. I mean, let's just get real. I was just a bad Christian.
Absolutely. Same
So,
here.
I mean, it was a lot of, I had to change my perspective, but a lot of it was my children, like watching my daughters, over the years, either be bullied or be kind of snotty. They were never really mean girls, but I mean, well, they weren't mean girls at all, but sometimes it'd be their little cliques, and they would, if one person was mad at the other person, then they were all mad at that person.
Yes.
So I mean, just trying to encourage them to just be better.
Right.
But the other thing that I've always tried to do with them too is just be honest. Like say what you mean to say. Don't pretend to like somebody if you don't like somebody.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of people I don't like. I mean, I'm just going to be real, but I'm not going to pretend to like them. I mean, when I'm in church and I'm a leader in my church, and I know somebody who's there, and they're very gossipy and they're very two-sided and everything, and they come and they want to start talking to me. I mean, it's simple. I just like, hey, what you need? Pour them some coffee.
Right. You can be cordial, but that's
move on to the next
boundary.
person, because I can't establish a friendship with someone that I know is like that, and that's why my circle is very small. Because I don't want. You're the same way.
Absolutely.
We have to be really careful.
Absolutely.
I mean, Terry and I had some experiences this weekend, which, a little teaser note, we will be having is she a women's historian?
She majored in women's studies, so it's actually going to be an expert in women's studies. She's a huge women's activist. And I look forward. We're going to be actually having a conversation
so
with her
excited
this
about
week,
that.
and we are going to have her on our show, and can't wait to do that, because not only are we going to have her kind of talking about some women's things, she also, I didn't even let you know this, but she's also a mental health professional.
Oh, wow.
And so that's an entirely separate topic that we want to be able to bring her back and talk on, because that's something that absolutely is affecting.
She might be diagnosing me by the time we're done. Missy, you need to be on something for
not just women, but is really affecting society today. So we're looking forward to that.
That's pretty exciting. So,
and if we want to bring you the information you want.
Right.
So whatever topics that you want to hear about, you want more information about, let us know. If there are experts or speakers that are out there, or people, and they don't have to be a professional speaker, but if they just have some knowledge that you think, hey, it would be valuable for this person to be able to share knowledge, we would love to do that. We have another person as well that, one more thing I'll be telling you about once we finish this. But
she is not told me nothing.
Because all of this stuff kind of
I don't know anything that's going
happened
on
over the last 24
Everybody's
hours.
knowing together.
But she is an expert in really informing women on how to set appropriate boundaries, which is something we tend to be just horrible at. And I'm looking forward to her coming on as well and giving some information and sharing some strategies on how we can set boundaries to be able to protect ourselves, protect our families, and that sort of thing.
That's good. Yeah, we do know. I have someone who came from a very abusive background. She ended up being dragged into a cult. ended up, just in the way that God worked in her life was amazing. I don't think she was able to have a family or children, and God gave her this amazing husband. They were able to adopt a baby,
awesome.
baby A, like a baby.
Awesome.
And her story is just, it's amazing. So she'll be on the show too. She's actually a social worker in town. So she spends her life's mission is to help other women. She's also part of, I don't know what it's called, but the women who help women escape
domestic violence.
Yes, domestic violence. Apparently my brain is never working. But she helps with that. So just amazing information. So if there is something they all want to know, we want to be able to bring that information to y'all, talk to y'all about it. Terry and I are not professional women's activists, I guess. And that's not even what we are. And I think it gets a little confused and they're like, oh, and it's an empowered women's show. Are y'all male bashers? No. We love the guys. We really do. Our husbands are amazing. We will talk about them on a show. We were going to talk about them today, but then we thought, nah, talk about something else.
We are not, like Misty said, just some... Empowered Women Rock is not some professional women's organization. There's some great ones that are out there.
Yes.
That's not us. We are just two women who are real and who have a real love to really help other women.
Yes.
I can't boil it down any simpler to that.
Me either.
Helping women and helping young women be able to get to a better place, whatever place that is that they want to be. Just be able to help them and be supportive of them.
Yeah. So we hope to build a following. We hope to, if you have something that you want to share, if there's something that you've been through that you've come out of that would encourage another woman, we'd love to have you, come talk to us. We, these will become podcasts at some point. We'll probably have podcasts in between them because we'll podcast more than we video. But what was I trying to say? If there's something that you're passionate about, something that you feel could contribute to another woman and help another woman, we would love to talk to you. So you can get a hold of us on our Facebook page, on our website. Our phone numbers are in there. You can get a hold of us anywhere, anytime. I mean, my phone number is on my Facebook page.
Likewise,
probably not the smartest thing, but it is.
We are easy to find, and so like Misty said, please. So first, share this video. Please make sure other women know about this video. Share the video. We are building up our following, so we do have a Facebook page. Please go to Empowered Women Rock. You can again check out our Facebook page, like our Facebook page. We also have a website, www.empoweredwomenrock.com. That's www.empoweredwomenrock.com. And we will, again, are going to be in the midst here really soon of planning an upcoming conference. And we're really excited about being able to do that. And probably we'll even try to live stream that conference as well. So so we can get as many women the information as possible.
Right.
So any last words, Misty, that you would like to add?
I can always talk. I mean, that's just what I do. But no, just like she said, just like our videos, share our videos. Try to be an encourager of women. If you get nothing ever from anything that we say or do, just try very, very hard to, when you walk into a store, if the cashier is being rude to you, I stopped to give me an unsweet tea on the way here, and the girl that took my order was extremely rude. All I did was just smile at her. And I'd be like, I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much. She did eventually kind of sort of smile at me, but we really need to quit judging each other when we don't know what's going on, because I have no clue what's happening in her life.
That's right.
So we just, if nothing else, just please try to be an encourager of each other. Even when you don't want to be, just try to be kind and compassionate and understanding and loving towards your fellow women.
Couldn't have said it better. Could not have said it better. Every day, just try, one woman, just try to give an encouraging, uplifting word. Consciously think of let me uplift one woman today.
Yes.
You didn't have to give them a speech or anything like that, but just give them an encouraging word. So, again, I am Terry Moten.
And I'm Misty Kuchka.
And we are
Empowered Women Rock.